Hello students, welcome back. Today we will start with the 10th video lecture of chapter number 9, that is ray optic and optical instrument. Today we'll start with thin lens. Okay, in our last video we have studied refraction through a curved surface. Okay, so now we'll extend our topic to thin lenses. Okay, so before starting, let's take a look what is a lens. How can you define a lens? Okay, now to define a lens, you should take a refractive medium, okay, or transparent medium, not refractive medium. Any transparent medium bounded by two refracting surfaces is called a lens. Okay, see here. Okay, this is transparent medium. You can see here that it is bounded by two curved surfaces, 1 and 2. These are the two curved refracting surfaces. So transparent medium bounded by two curved refracting surfaces is called a lens. Now, it's not necessary that the radii of curvature must be same. Okay, it can have both the surfaces can have different radii of curvature, like this way. You can see that this surface is having less radii of curvature. When I extend it, okay, this will be the radii of curvature of this surface. When I extend this will be the radii of curvature for this. So for this R1, R2. Okay, so you can say that, see here that R2 is higher than R1. Okay, it can be in this case both the radii of curvature seems to be same, right? So the lens may have same radii of curvature for both the surfaces or may have different radii of curvature for both the surfaces. Now, thin lens. Okay, we have studied about lens. Now, what is thin lens? Now, the word thin, okay, that will give us the definition of thin lens. Okay, see here. Okay, this lens can be considered a thin lens if means if you are keeping an object here, right? Then this will be the object distance, the image. It will be on this side. This is the convex lens, so it may be the image can be formed at this place. Then this will be the image distance. Okay, and this will be the focal length. Okay, approximately this must be somewhere focal length. Okay, if this is center of curvature at this point, let's say this is center of curvature, this is 50%, this is the radii of curvature, and this is the thickness of lens. Okay, so what can you see here? Compare the distance of u, r, f, v. Compared to that, the thickness is very small, right? So what is thin lens? Thin lens can be said as a thin lens if the thickness of the lens is negligible compared to U, V, and R. Okay, so what can you say as a thin lens? Thickness of lens is negligible with respect to U, V, and R. Then it is called a thin lens. Okay, So how will you define thin lens? The lens in which, or when the thickness of lens is negligible compared to object distance, image distance, and radii of curvature, then that lens is said to be a thin lens. Clear? So this was about lens, definition of thin lens. Okay, now let's move forward. Now let's derive the formula for thin lens. So you can see here, this is a thin lens. An object is kept at this position O. Its image is formed on the other side of the lens at I. So this is the object distance U and this is the image distance V. Okay, the radius of curvature for first surface, right? When I will extend it, it will be on this side, so R1. Okay, the radius of curvature for second surface, this one is R2. The refractive index on the left of the lens is N1. The refractive index of the medium of the lens, means of the material of this lens is N2, and the refractive index on the right of the lens is also N1 because both these medium are same. But if you are taking an example of eye lens, okay, the lens that we are using as a contact lens, in that case, on the one side the medium is air, and on the other side the medium is eye. Okay, so N1 and here it will be N3. But in this case, let's take it as N1. Okay, now let's take a magnified image of this portion. Okay, okay. So now here the object O is kept. First we'll talk about first surface. Refractive index N1, here it's N2. When a ray of light is incident at this surface, okay, it will refract towards, if this is the normal, it will reflect towards the normal. Okay, so it is diverging. So we will extend it. This is the object distance from the center. So its image is formed at this place. So let's take this as B1. Okay, see here, this is the ray of light incident from O. At first surface, it will diverge away in this direction. So it is not going to meet any point on this side. So we are extending it backward and the image can be obtained at this point. That distance we have taken as B1. Okay. So for surface 1, now let's recall the formula for refractive index of a curved surface. It was minus n1 by u plus n2 by v equal to n2 minus n1 by r. So for surface 1, it will be minus n1 by u plus n2 by v equal to n2 minus n1 upon R1. As we are talking about the first refracting surface, it would be R1. Okay, so this is at the first. Now, let's take for the second surface R. So now for second surface, this point O dash, or this will, the image obtained of this will act as object for second surface. Remember, our first surface, this is the object, image is formed here. Now this image acts as object for second surface. So this is the ray of light for that. Okay, now as it is entered, this is the normal. Let's take this as the normal. as it is entering from denser to rarer. Okay, it is entering from denser to rarer. It will bend away from normal. So it will bend in this way, and the image is obtained at here. So this distance we had already taken as V. Clear? Okay, so now let's take for surface 2. Okay, we will use the same formula, but in the previous case, the light was entering from rarer medium to denser medium. In this case, it is entering from denser medium to rarer medium. So what will be N1? Instead of N1, I will use N2. Object distance, what is the object distance for this surface? This one. So V1. Okay, in this case also it will be V1 because this was the object for first. Right, for first surface this was object and this was image, so image distance we must take v1. So second surface minus n2, this is acting as an object, so v1 plus the next refractive index medium on the other side, it's n1, so plus n1 upon v. Image distance, what is this image distance? V equal to, now I will not use n2 minus I1, I will use n1 minus n2 because it is entering from denser to rarer, means from medium n2 having refractive index n2 to medium having refractive index n1. So it will be n1 minus n2 by r. I can take minus sign common. It will be again n2 minus n1 by R2 as it is second surface. Now let's name this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. So now we will add equation 1 and 2. Okay, so what will be the answer? Minus n1 by u plus, first we are adding LHS, minus n1 by u plus n2 by v1 minus n2 by v1. It will get cancelled. So remaining plus n1 by v. See, this and this gets cancelled. So in LHS, the only remaining part is minus n1 by u plus n1 by v. In this case, n2 minus n1, n2 minus n1 common. So I will take n2 minus n1 common. So now what is remaining? Here 1 by r1 minus 1 by, it's minus sign, so minus 1 by R2. Now I can take N1 common from here. So what does this implies? N1 I am taking common, 1 by U plus minus 1 by U plus 1 by V equal to N2 minus N1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. Okay, now I have taken N1 here common. I will take it on this side. So the final equation will be minus 1 by U plus 1 by V equal to N2 minus N1 upon N1, 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. This is the equation for thin lens. Okay, this is the equation for thin lens. Now remember, this equation is also valid for concave lens. So it's not only for convex lens, it is also valid for concave lens. Clear? So now I am repeating the whole derivation. So how you should start? Just draw this figure. Okay, now here you can see figure. The refractive index on the left of the lens is n1, of the medium of the lens is n2, and the medium on the right of the lens it's n1. The radius of curvature for surface 1 is r1, for surface 2 it's r2. Okay, so now we will take both the surfaces separately. When I take for first surface, okay, for first surface, what is object distance? U. And what is image distance? V1. Okay, so using the formula for curved surface, minus n1 by u plus n2 by v1 equal to n2 minus n1 by r1. Okay, remember that when you are taking only this surface, okay, it is diverging, so it will not meet, so we'll extend it back and image is obtained here. So object distance, image distance, and r1. Okay. Now for second surface, when this image acts as object, the image formed by the first surface acts as object for the second surface. So this is object distance v1. Okay, and the image formed here is in this way, bent away from normal v. So object distance v1, image distance v, and the radius of curvature for second surface is r2. So here minus n2, because it is entering from refractive index n2, so minus n2 by object distance v1 plus n1 by image distance v equal to n1 minus n2, because it is entering from n2 to n1. So n1 minus n2 upon r2. Taking negative sign common, we get this. Now adding 1 and 2 and solving, finally we get minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. This is the final equation for thin length. Okay, see, this is very important topic. It can be asked in 4 marks. Okay, so just note down this derivation. The next topic is lens maker formula. Okay, now see, we had seen the formula for thin lens. What was the formula? Minus n1 by u, sorry, minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to n2 minus n1 upon n1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Okay, so this was the lens, this was the formula for thin lens. Now here I have taken the example of convex lens and concave lens. Clear? So now we know that when the object is kept at infinite, means when u equals to infinite, the image will be at focus in both the case. Right here also, as it is diverging lens, it is on the same side. So I have written this is the focus. Sorry, this will be f1, and this is also the focus for this surface. In both the case, it is the image is formed at f. So at that time, I can write it down. V is equal to f. Okay. So now let's put here in equation 1. Putting in equation 1, minus 1 by infinity plus 1 by f equal to n2 minus n1 upon n1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Now 1 by infinity, that is equal to 0. So the equation becomes 1 by f equals to n2 minus n1 upon n1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Let's name this as 2. Now see, compare equation 1 and equation 2. Instead of n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 minus 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, I can write it down 1 by f. So this gives us the formula minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equals to 1 by f. Okay, this is called Gaussian's, or let's say Gauss-Leng's formula. Okay, this is called Gauss-Leng's formula. Okay, minus 1 by u plus 1 by v is equal to 1 by f. Remember, the mirror formula was 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to 1 by f. There is a difference in Lenz's formula. It's minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to 1 by f. Or this is the Lenz maker formula. Okay, see here I am repeating. First we have taken the formula for thin lens. Okay, this is the formula for thin length is minus 1 by u plus 1 by v equal to n2 minus n1 upon n1 into 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Okay, now I have taken an example of both the lengths, concave lens, convex lens. In both the cases, when the object is kept at infinity, the image is obtained at the focus. So taking u equal to infinity, we get v equal to f. So putting this in equation this, I get n2 minus n1 upon n1, 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2 equal to 1 by f. So replacing this in equation 1, I get the Lenz's formula, that is minus 1 by u plus 1 by v is equal to 1 by f. Okay, so just note down this topic. Okay, students, so that's it for today. In our next video, we'll study about power of lens, magnification of lens, combination of thin lenses. For today, that's it. Thank you.